So a logarithmic inequality works just like the equations. You can either use the definition and rewrite it, or make sure that both the bases match, and then set up that the inputs are equal. You do have to check and make sure that you're not putting anything bad into the domain, so nothing that is in the negatives or zero. But the idea is if you have a log base b of something and x is greater than y, well then x is greater than b to the y. So you notice here how the x stays on the left and the base stays on the right. Slightly different than how we did our domain there. Let me give you an example. So log base 2 of 10 is greater than 3. This goes to 10 is greater than 2 cubed. So you do have to kind of pay attention to the direction there. But when you do this, it also works for the or equal to's. If it is a less than, so log base 2 of 6 is less than 3, what you're getting is you're getting a limited domain here. 6 is still less than 2 cubed. That's true. But it's not all the values. It's not everything less than it. So it still has to be greater than 0 there. That looks kind of weird because we have a value in the expression, but when that 6 is replaced with a variable, you'll see it can't be in the zeros or negatives at all, otherwise the log is not defined. I might pull out an extra example and show you one of those. But example 3, log base 3 of x is greater than 4. So the idea here is x stays on the left, it's greater than 3 to the 4th. So x is greater than 81. And there's no problem there. Let me see if I can pull out another nice example here for you real quick. I didn't think about this when I was writing down my notes for the problem. Let me find another one for you. Let's try log base 2 of x is less than 4. So the x stays on the left, it's less than base and the exponent. So x is less than 16. And that's going to be true. The problem is negative 20 is less than 16, but log base 2 of negative 20 is not a valid input. So I have to make sure that I add in that 0 is less than x is less than 16. If I don't throw in that is 0 is less than x, then I've got myself a problem because the input is going to be allowed to be negative, which is not valid for logarithms. So pay attention for that. Sometimes you might, if it had like log base 2 of x plus 2, you'd have to figure out when is this equal to 0. X plus 2 is got to be greater than 0, so x has to be greater than negative 2. And that would become my limiting factor here at the end. So just keep that in mind when you're working on these problems.